Check this out. This is about mile marker, about 11 1/4. Sun's over there. I'm coming up on a valley view over here. I told you I was high up. Well, I mean, high up as far as Arkansas gets. But at some point, I'm going to have to descend into that valley. I'm trying to see. I can't really see the creek down there, but let's see how well you can see that. Yeah, here pretty quick I'm going to be going down. I got to. Although, man, this place is. The colors are, you know, gorgeous. This is an amazing place. I find as I'm getting closer to the end that the trail is becoming more used. I think because some day hikers, they hike in a little ways and they'll, you know, and then hike back out. Like from miles, you know, probably 4 through 11, it's a lot rougher because not as many people get out in that part, you know, not your casual day hikers for the most part. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera away again. Mile marker 12. This last mile has been mostly flat. It actually seems like I've been descending kind of gradually, and I'm fine with that. I've been expecting a really steep descent, and I'd be just happy with something more gradual. So 3 miles to go. What I find myself wondering about is I know at the end I'm going to have the creek, Lee Creek, on my right. Yet so far the valley's over there. So I'm trying to figure out in the next couple of miles where I'm going to meet up with the creek. I'm getting very tired. I haven't sat down since I started the hike this morning. I stopped for a minute and just stood a bit and drank some water, but I didn't sit down. I probably should. And still, the only thing I've eaten this morning so far is a single granola bar. It's 8:54. So I got a little less than 3 miles. I may just try to push myself and just get done. I'd like to just get done. Mile marker 13. If anything, I've been going back up since 13, or since 12. I stopped a little bit ago and drank the last of my water just to get it out of my pack. I ate about half of a Cliff Bar, but ended up throwing away the other half because I have no appetite, and those chocolate chip Cliff Bars are not very good. So from here, I'm just going to keep going until I get done. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't sat down yet this morning. Since I left camp this morning, I've been going. Other than 2 short 5-minute breaks, which I did standing up, I haven't sat down, which is kind of stupid. I push myself too hard sometimes. Still see this valley here over the left. No reason to try to do the whole thing non-stop, but sometimes I just have trouble making myself stop. I don't want to stop now with less than 2 miles to go. Still waiting. I did a bit of a downhill earlier, but then I went back uphill. So now I'm still waiting for the big downhill. Less than 2 miles to go. Okay, in case I didn't get it, I think my camera might have messed up. Here's where I came from. That's straight ahead. And that's finally the big down that I've been expecting. Straight ahead, down. And it looks like it's going to go down, I don't know, 100 feet, 150 feet. I hate the downs, but I'm going to get it over with. Just to show you, that's what I'm coming down off of. Is this, there's the trail. Excuse me, it goes up. You can see it. But, yeah, it's this big wall there that the trail's ascending down off of. I've still got a ways down to go, but about halfway down. Okay, see, that's straight ahead. And then I came from way up there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a big rock right in the middle of my screen. I came from basically up on top of that rock, the ridge up there. Hiked down here. It's a good 200 feet, I'd say. Man, a bunch of trees down here. It's been a good part of this hike, climbing over fallen trees. Bunches of them. I don't know what's knocking them all down. If it's just, is that their wind's blowing them down, or what? This one's recent because it's still got some brown leaves on it. That hasn't been down for that long. Alright. I still got some down to go here. Well, I tell you, actually, I still got quite a bit of down to go. I mean, the valley floor is still a fair distance down there. So I'm going to put the camera away again and do more down. Looks like I got at least as much to go as what I've done. Mile marker 14. Man, what I showed you in that last video about how far I'd come down, that was nothing. I had to do that about 3 more times. I basically spent the last 40 minutes just non-stop down. I have no idea how far down. And a lot of it was trail like this. It wasn't smooth and graded. It's all these damn loose rocks. Oh, it's horrible. So mile marker 14. Should be done a little less than a mile. 10 minutes after 10. I'm still wondering how I'm going to end up on the right side of that creek, since I started on the other side of it, and the trail comes back in from that direction. I guess at some point this thing has got to cross the creek. I don't know where or how. Oh, I should have taken a couple of sit-down breaks. I could have taken an hour break. I don't know why I didn't. Sometimes I just get stupid and try to push myself way too hard. But I'm not about to stop now. I'll do one last video when we get near the end. Well, I kept expecting to cross the creek, but instead, just out of the blue, and thank God, here I am. I thought I would come across the suspension bridge over there again that you see in the distance. You know, that's the one I crossed to start the hike. And then took off in that direction. But I don't think I've ever seen a more beautiful sight than my truck right now. I am exhausted. I am completely exhausted. I'm too tired. I'll do a follow-up later. I'm back in my truck. I'm heading over to one of the campgrounds to take a shower. I found out there at the office when I turned my permit back in, you gotta have a permit to do this trail. Found out that last descent I did, was a half a mile. Half a mile doesn't sound like much until you do it damn near straight down. They call it Hell's Half Mile, and I can tell you, it's a fitting description. It was just fairly horrible. And even after that, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for the last mile. By the time I got back to the truck, I just wanted to die. So, I'm glad I did it, and I'm just as glad that I'm done with it. I am not going to try it again this week. I thought I was picking a really good time to do it because the weather's fair and the trees are beautiful. I mean, but what was so bad about it was all these freshly fallen leaves make the trail very hard to follow. This trail is just covered non-stop everywhere with small rocks. You know, most of them are anywhere from half a foot to a foot in diameter. They're just piled loosely all over the trail. All the leaves are falling on the trail to where you can't see the rocks. You don't know where to step. I twisted my ankle twice yesterday. Oh, it was just... It's a beautiful time of year, but I don't want to ever try it again with all the leaves on the ground the way they are. I mean, that just made it so treacherous, and it's just too dangerous doing it by yourself. It's a beautiful tree right there. Too dangerous doing it by yourself at a time, you know, when it's just that treacherous. I couldn't face it again, not by myself. Certainly not for a long time. Not this week. I'm going to take a shower. I want to go get something to eat. And then, I don't know, I may just go ahead and go back home. I was going to spend a few days out here. I thought I might do this trail 2 or 3 times. Not with the leaves, and not with all the rocks, and not with all the fresh fallen leaves covering up all the rocks. It's just too dangerous. And I can say, if I didn't have 2 good trekking poles, I never would have made it. I don't think it's, you know, it would be almost suicidal to try to do this thing without 2 good trekking poles. No way. So, alright. Consider this the end of this. I might do one last thing when I get back home, you know, showing my backpack, what I used, what I didn't use, what I could have done without. I will say the food I bought, I ate exactly half of the food I brought with me. I bought way too much food. It is 10:58 right now. I finished the trail at about 10:30 this morning after starting at 6:40. I did the last 8 miles in a little under 4 hours, which was probably just a really stupid thing to try. I should have taken like an hour-long break about halfway, but for some dumbass reason, I just couldn't bring myself to stop. I just had to keep going. Oh, that was dumb. That was really dumb. But I never would have made it without the trekking poles. Alright. And that's all for now. Bye.